Charlie, welcome to Hollywood Talks. We are so excited. Your film is out.
Mr. Clark, line 1.
Charlie! Can we talk? It's important.
Is everything okay?
First of all, tell us about you and how you grew up and where you grew up.
My name is Charlie Clark, and I'm the president and owner of Charlie Clark Automotive Group. And I'm also, I act in and executive produce and wrote Green Ghost of the Master of the Stone. And I grew up on the border of Mexico in McAllen, Texas. So literally on the border, across the border from Reynosa, Tamaulipas.
You had an idea to do this movie, and tell us first where that idea came from.
Back when I started as an entrepreneur, I started my own business in 2001, and I decided even before I decided to get on my own, get out on my own, the bank that financed me, or my banker, really liked the idea of me because I speak Spanish and I'm proud of it, and so that was part of my business plan, was to reach out to the Mexican American community and the Mexican community in general, and cater to them. And he liked that because no one else had done it in the country. So he said, "I'm going to invest in you and I'm going to take a risk on you." So thank God he did. Otherwise we wouldn't be here today, or I wouldn't be here today. When I started, I didn't have the budget all the big dealers had. So they had all the deep pockets and they could do all this advertising. And so I was trying to figure out a way to do an alternative way of advertising without advertising. So I actually found 3 sponsors, one of them being the bank and a gym and a Mexican food chain. And they sponsored my TV show idea, which I had a nana from Montemorelos, Nuevo León, Mexico, that took care of me like half my lifetime growing up. So I got to stay at her house like half the time. So I got to grow up, but like I have my Mexican side, like my disfraz is my gringoness. And then I have a Mexican side to me. So that's in real life, my disfraz instead of Green Ghost. So I wanted to create an alter ego that was, since I grew up watching Chapulín Colorado, Chavo del Ocho, and El Santo, there would be sort of a mix of those. We're making fun of being a gringo superhero, Gringo, Green Ghost, and Mexican, not Mexicant, you know, so we work as brotherhood under our Nana, who's this Nana, this mysterious Nana, sort of a Mary Poppins-like character, the Mexican Mary Poppins, you could say, who's magical, who tries to bestow on us the powers, but we never get it straight. I certainly never get it straight. So I'm making fun of the, you know, that's why Green Ghost is the anti-hero, not the hero. We produced 30 shows that we aired on Televisa and on Telemundo.
Ghost was created way before the movie.
Way before the movie. And the idea that actually got the attention of the Wall Street Journal. And when the Wall Street Journal found out that, you know, Gringo was producing his own show and he's in green tights, you know, on TV, and then he has his Mexican nanny on TV with him doing Spanish commercials, and to show the power of the Mexican and Latino market in the U.S., the buying power. That was what the article was about, and how no one had really ever catered to them before, and why not. And so that's why they showcased us in 2005. It was May 4th, 2005, I believe. Said Gringo and Nanny court Hispanic market with car pitch. And so the article, what really caught the attention was not just working with my Nana, but actually producing the show. So they did the article. And that article, when some guys in Hollywood read it, like Neil Israel, who was the executive producer for the Police Academy movies, Real Genius, and Bachelor Party. And he was like, "I just read your story, and I don't know anything much other than what I just read, but I love your story, and I would love to meet you face to face. Can you fly over here to Honolulu, Hawaii, and have lunch with me?" I said, "Sure, I'll be there." So that was in my introduction into Hollywood. He said, now that I met you in person, he said, "I haven't seen your acting chops, but if you want to work with my acting coach, I'd like to see what he has to say about you afterwards. So would you take 2 weeks of private lessons with him? I said, yes, sir, I sure will. So I worked with Erin Spicer, who worked with J-Lo initially, gave her first shot, worked with Will Smith and Gerard Butler and Virginia Madsen and lots of other actors. And so after 2 weeks with him, he gave me the thumbs up. I could play myself. He said he might not be able to do anything else, but at least he could play him and the Green Ghost.
This story is just as amazing as and fantastical as the Green Ghost.
Hey! Stay away, I will hurt you. Dime qué está pasando aquí.
Thousands of years ago, the gods trained us on how to utilize the power of the stone.
Okay, let's make this fair.
Machete? I don't need no stinking machete.
¡No mames, güey!
Las líneas de sus calzones se enseñan.
Okay, let's just go. Let's go.
It's gonna be a little bit difficult to take you seriously in that getup.
Does that help?
Green Ghost, actually, it's a family film, and it's about family. And in my real life, I walked away from my Gringo family, and I was accepted into the arms of my Mexican family, you could say. And that's in speaking in general about the community who has accepted me into their side of the equation, into their family, and which I'm grateful for. Like most of my teammates on my organization, I have like 600, and maybe I have 5 gringos. Other than that, it's all Latinos. And so the Green Ghost in general is an action adventure, and fundamentally it's dedicated. It's sort of you could say a love letter to my Mexican nana. So it even though I play a mascota in this particular in the Green Ghost, that's a sort of a luchador type character supporting Mexican and his underground MMA fighting efforts, which in this case, instead of mixed martial arts, it's Mexican Madrazos Association. So it's pretty cute. And then I end up getting launched and thrown into a situation that I had no idea I was connected to, which has something to do with the apocalypse. So it's a fun, family, action-packed film with some of the best action, you could say, coordinators and choreographers that are in the business. Andy Chang is, and he just did the fight choreography for Shang-Chi, and he's in my movie.
Great major cast in the show.
That's what's amazing, that it started off as a local show with local actors, local production. And then when I was looking for a production company, I kept going through these different production companies. It didn't work out. And then I met Robert Rodriguez's brother, David Rodriguez. And I was like, really? I've always wanted to meet Robert. I mean, I love his work. And actually we cater to the same market, the Latino market. I went to the opening of Machete. I got to meet Robert, and it was really cool. He was a nice guy. And then having David on board, he had access to Edward James Olmos and his son. And so with those deeply rooted the talent, the Latino talent in acting and producing in Hollywood, with an Olmos name and a Rodriguez name, that got the attention of the Danny Trejos and the Renee Victors and the Kuno Beckers. And
so how was your experience being a movie star? Because you're the producer, you're the writer and actor.
At first, again, when I was going to do it with local actors, it wasn't that intimidating. And then when I started getting a real cast on board, I was like, wow, this is real. And so it was like they accepted me into their family. Like they gave me a chance. It wasn't like I gave them the chance. They looked me up and said, okay, we're going to give you a chance. And I said, look, I'm taking this seriously, guys. They're like, who's this Gringo and why are we going to act with you? you know, why would we put our reputations on the line with someone like yourself? I said, well, I've done this local stuff, and then we had to show them what I've already done. And that I was going to have Aaron Spicer on set with me the whole time. So he was such a serious acting coach and with such a great reputation. They're like, oh, well, obviously this guy is taking this seriously. He's not playing around. And so I did take it very seriously. And I did go and train. I trained for my own fight scenes. My stuntman was great. He did some of my fights for me and took the big falls, but I got to do a lot of my fights.
Thank you so much. I don't want to take more of your time. But
Thank you very much.
thank you, Charlie. Good luck.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.